This wasn't a sermon. This wasn't a miracle. This wasn't even an invitation. It was a command spoken to working men who had everything to lose and nothing guaranteed. Jesus walked into their ordinary day and spoke two words that changed everything. Follow me. No contract, no explanation, no safety net. One sentence that demanded a decision before they could fully understand the cost. And somehow they dropped everything. Some of us would have asked for a little more time, a clearer plan, or at least the security of knowing what we'd lose before we ever moved. The question isn't why Jesus called them. The real question is why they went. And an even deeper question, why did his voice carry enough weight to be trusted before they understood where it would lead? Matthew tells it simply, almost too simply. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. Matthew 4:18. No thunder, no halo in the sky, no dramatic music, just a shoreline, wet nets, calloused hands. Peter and Andrew weren't searching for a Messiah. They were doing what they had done yesterday, and the day before that, and likely plan to do tomorrow. This matters because Jesus didn't interrupt a prayer meeting. He interrupted a workday. Grace didn't wait for them to look holy. Grace stepped into the middle of their ordinary obedience to survive. Then Jesus speaks. Come, follow me, Jesus said, and I will make you fishers of men. Matthew 4:19. Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say, come, understand me. Come, agree with me. Come, improve yourself. He said, follow. Before theology, before clarity, before certainty, that's unsettling. Because we like explanations before obedience. Jesus asked for obedience before explanations. And here's the line that should stop us cold. At once they left their nets and followed him. Matthew 4:20. At once, no recorded debate, no exit interview, no backup plan, just movement. But this wasn't blind faith. It was responsive faith. Something in his voice carried authority, not the authority of pressure, but the authority of truth that resonates before it's fully explained. Those nets weren't just tools, they were identity, security, family legacy. For fishermen, nets meant survival. Letting go wasn't spiritual, it was risky. So when Matthew says they left their nets, he's not describing enthusiasm. He's describing surrender. And that raises a question we often avoid. What are the nets Jesus asks us to drop? Not because they are sinful, but because they keep us anchored to the shore? Good things, reasonable things, familiar things, things that make sense until they quietly become the reason we don't move when he calls. Here's what makes this calling even more radical. In Jewish culture, disciples usually chose their rabbi. They applied, they qualified. But Jesus reverses the pattern. He chooses them, untrained, unproven, ordinary. Grace always moves first. As Jesus would later say, you did not choose me, but I chose you. John 15:16. That's not pressure, that's mercy. This is the key we can't miss. They did not follow Jesus to earn grace. They followed because grace had already found them. Obedience was not the price of acceptance. Obedience was the evidence of being chosen. Here's what we often forget. They didn't know the cross yet. They didn't know the resurrection yet. But the one calling them would one day carry a cross for them. The voice that said, follow me, was the same voice that would later say, this is my body, broken for you. Their obedience wasn't powered by information. It was anchored in the character of the one who called. Following Jesus was never about trusting a plan. It was about trusting a person. And that person would prove his love not by demanding sacrifice first, but by becoming the sacrifice himself. Follow me, Jesus says, and I will make you fishers of men. Catch that phrase. I will make you. Not fix yourself, not figure it out, not earn your place. Transformation is his responsibility. Following is ours. Grace doesn't wait for readiness. Grace creates readiness through relationship. You don't follow because you're ready. You become ready because you follow. Most of us aren't standing by a sea. We're standing in routines, careers, schedules, expectations. And Jesus doesn't always call us out of our work. Sometimes he calls us through it. But the question remains the same. If Jesus disrupted your normal day, would you recognize his voice? And would you move, not to earn his love, but because you already trust it? Matthew doesn't tell us how they felt. No emotional commentary, no internal monologue. Maybe because faith isn't proven by how deeply you feel, but by how steadily you walk once grace has already claimed you. The first disciples didn't know the road ahead. They didn't know the cross yet. They didn't know the empty tomb yet. But they knew the one who called them, and that was enough. Because the call of Jesus has never been about information. It has always been about direction. Direction set by a Savior who would go ahead of us all the way to the cross and all the way out of the grave. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. If this stirred something in you, don't rush past it. Sit with it, listen, and remember, the one who says, "Follow me," has already gone before you. One verse, one step, one calling at a time.